Hi everybody. So I went to the Goodwill Bins last Friday just for half of the day. I got there at noontime because I had just come back from the cancer center, which is only 20 minutes from the bins, where normally I live over 2 hours away from the bins. So if I'm 20 minutes away, I'm going so I can get some items to sell, and that's my happy place because I love being there. Because you're digging for treasure, essentially. So let's get right in. It's not a huge haul, and I have a hot flash happening right now. It's not a huge haul, but I spent $26. The last trip I went, I think I spent $138. I think it was just under $140 from the last haul video, but this one was only $26 total, and I feel like I still got some good things, especially the items at the end of this haul made it worth it. I'm beyond excited about them. First, I got this hat. It's trash, just like the Patagonia hat I got in the last haul video. The only reason I got it is because of this right here. I want that LL Bean patch. And it's sewn, as you can see, it can come off easily, just like that. So, hat's trash, but the patch isn't. There was a bin with dolls and doll accessories in it. And I saw one woman was there getting the dolls out, and I think she thought they were American Girl dolls, and I know that some of them weren't. They were knockoffs. But then I saw this laying in there, and the only reason I reached over and grabbed it, normally I would never grab a little stuffed animal or a dog, but that star I knew right there from having daughters and from reselling, that's an American Girl doll accessory. So maybe there's a girl out there that wants this and her parents are going to buy it from my store, or maybe she lost it. They had it and they lost it. Now she needs a replacement. That will be replaced with my store, right? So whenever I see these, anything that's American Girl doll, I'm going to grab because usually it has a great resale value because the original retail value is so high on that stuff that the resale is usually pretty good. This is all the costume jewelry that I ended up getting that day. Now, it doesn't come like this in the bag. I'm, with my gloves, digging in the bottom of the bins, pushing stuff aside until I collected this much. Last time, I had a huge tray, if you remember, in my other haul video. This is all I got this time. I haven't really sorted it. I don't know if there's gold and silver in it, but if there isn't, this is how it will be sold in my store. It will be on a scale. You'll see the weight of it, and that's how I will sell it. This I found by itself in a bin underneath a bunch of stuff. Look how pretty this brooch is. Vintage for sure. Can't find a maker's mark on it. Don't really know anything about it. Haven't researched it yet, but this is definitely a one-off piece to me in my store. There's no damage to it either. Then I'm in a bin where there's a bunch of hats and scarves and mittens, and I'm digging through that, and I see like this cheap-looking eyeglass case. This is a bin that, you gotta remember, I go up after everybody's kind of gone through it and walked away. This is the stuff I find afterwards. There's this eyeglass case, and it's made out of material. It looks homemade. I'm like, oh, you know, whatever. I grab it, and I can tell there's glasses in it, so I said, well, I'll check them out anyway. They're probably just like Dollar Tree glasses. They're Coach. So I was very happy about that. They're in excellent condition. Of course, I tossed the eyeglass case back, but I kept these. All the information you need is right here. Even the name of the glasses. It's Denim Taupe Glitter Gradient. Wooden yoga statue. This is Downward Dog, right? I looked in the bin where I found this statue, and I was hoping there was maybe like a series of them and there'd be other poses to go with it. I grabbed it. I did not research it, and then when I got home, it actually has a pretty good resale value. So I've listed it. I wish I had other ones to go with it, but I don't. I saw some fishing reels in a tote, in a bin, and I grabbed this one. There was two of them, but this one I grabbed because this is a Fluger. Is it going to focus for me? There it is. Micro spin. It's very tiny. I wish this had been vintage. I've sold a million vintage reels, but it isn't. It's a newer Fluger Girl Scouts tin. Girl Scouts take the lead. It's a storage tin. Looks like a book. It's in great condition. There was nothing inside of it. It had a little bit of dinginess on it. I cleaned it all off with some alcohol. Looks great. There's a ton of them for sale on eBay, though. A wooden flower press. I grabbed this for my nieces. I figured they might have fun with it this summer if they want to learn how to press flowers. It looks brand new. I don't think it was ever used. Kellogg's Pop-Tarts game. Looks like a card game. This is going to be for my family's Christmas party. Either I'll use it as like one of the gifts, or I'm going to give it to my nieces for Christmas. And the only reason I grabbed this, like I've told you in my other videos, I will only grab puzzles or games if they are completely sealed. This is sealed on both sides. You can tell it's never been opened. That if this had been opened, would have tossed it right back. Personal breathing mask. Again, the only reason I grabbed it, it is completely wrapped in plastic and sealed. Never been opened. If this had been opened in the bins, I would not have grabbed it. This I saw from across the room, and nobody was near it, and nobody was going to it, and so I knew exactly what it was, and I wanted it because I've sold a ton of them. It's a vintage cowboy western hat. Love it. It's got the band on it, which is super important when you're reselling. I mean, I would have grabbed it without the band. It just would have, you know, said missing band. Made in the USA, Texas. It's very, very clean. I always look to make sure that it's clean. A lot of problems sometimes with these hats is they're mildewed. This one is not. It is in excellent condition. It's already listed. Got a whiteboard, little one, perfect for me. I've been wanting one of these because I set like daily and monthly goals. Now I just need to get some dry erase markers. They didn't have any in the bins. I kept looking. I was like, I got a board. Now I need some markers. This mask, saw this underneath a bunch of stuff, went and grabbed it. I thought for sure it'd be cracked or chipped or broken. Nothing. It's got a bunch, whoever owned it, wrote a bunch of stuff right here on it. But this has good, fairly decent resale value online. Definitely made out of clay or terracotta. Glass flower frog. No chips, breaks. Excellent condition. I always grab those. If you watched my video from the house call I did a couple weekends ago, I grabbed 3 of them out of that house call. This I never would have grabbed, but he had all of his tags on him. This is a Boyd's Bear bunny, and on the back of the tag, which is great, they always give you like the bunny's name or the character's name. So he's excellent condition. If these tags hadn't been on him, I wouldn't even have bothered because it's not like a massive resale on them, but oh, there goes the puppy. But because the tags were there, that made it worth it to me. I've only went up to the clothing bin the clothing side like 3 times. I didn't really find anything. I did find this vintage kind of blazer overcoat. It's awesome material. It's almost like a tapestry, right? It's homemade, and whoever made it did a good job, but it's definitely homemade. You can tell inside, handmade. There's no tags. So with this, and because there's no tags, I have to make sure the measurements are done in the listing. When I list it, I will do shoulder to shoulder, which is from here to here. I'll do across there. I will do from the back of the neck down to the bottom, and I will do the pit, which is one armpit to the other armpit, laying flat, and that gives me the chest measurement. It's a 3/4 sleeve, so that's not really going to matter. I'm not going to do the sleeves on that. Vintage beaded purse. Love it. I grabbed it. There was a couple like spots on it, like little stains on it, but nothing severe. The reason I grabbed it, all the beads seem to be there. Sometimes these are a hot mess and the beads are everywhere or missing, but it has a stick. It's excellent inside. It has a tag inside, hand beaded in the Crown Colony of Hong Kong. Okay, so we're going to take it, and it weighs nothing, so that makes sense. I did grab these dress shorts. I thought they were silk at first, but they're polyester. I wouldn't have grabbed them if this wasn't on them. The express tag is still on them, brand new. Retail $60. They're just, it's like Express is like a mall brand, but these are bright enough where maybe somebody will want them for a holiday party. That's what I was thinking. They look great with like some heels and a blouse, but the only reason I did grab them is because the brand new tag is on them. These I see all the time in the bins. Brand new journals. This one is I think it's called Paper Blanks. I looked it up. This journal, brand new, is $30 online. And that's retail, $30 to buy it at the store. Like, these are the journals you get at, like, Barnes & Noble and BAM. It's empty inside. Nobody wrote in this journal. Brand new. It's really, really pretty, too. It's like a hot pink and silver filigree. Vintage hummingbird t-shirt. Yes, please. This is going to be mine. I love these old t-shirts like this. I have one that has the wildflowers. I have the sweatshirt that has the wildflowers on it. Got them all at the bins. And this hummingbird one. I love hummingbirds, so that's why I grabbed it. This is amazing. Vintage Santa's Christmas Tree Express train kit. Right in here. And it looks to be that all the pieces are there. I'm not 100% sure. It does run on batteries. I haven't tested it. I haven't compared what's inside to what's here as on the list of what's on it. But I'm gonna look it over. I haven't listed it yet because I haven't done that. I could just sell it as is and say untested, not sure if any pieces are missing. It could end up having a really, really high resale value, even though back in the day it was from Zayre's and it was only $6 and some change. I always grab these crafting sewing kits, the vintage ones. I only grab them if they are 100% sealed, because even if there was a rip right here or just a hole in the bag, what if one of these threads had come out? I wouldn't even have known it, you know, because I don't know what's supposed to be in this bag. I always grab these. This one's kind of unique. It's a Thanksgiving flag kit. I always grab the Christmas stocking ones that are for cross stitching or embroidery. I have sold just one stocking kit before for like $150. The last 3 items that I grabbed are pretty awesome. I'm super excited about them. As soon as I saw this in the hats, I knew exactly what it was. This is a Boston Scally Company hat. The tag's right there. It's a medium large. These come out of Boston and they have an extreme following. Extreme following. The sell-through rate on these is amazing. That's why if you see one, you get it. There's just no question about it. And it weighs nothing. It weighs nothing. I probably didn't even pay 25 cents for this thing. I haven't weighed it, but I'm just making up numbers right now. I did look at it the other day, but I'm just throwing numbers out there. In the last 30 days, 200 have sold, and there's only like 20 for sale. That tells you that more are selling than what's being listed, if that makes sense. So as soon as you list, it's probably going to sell, or you're going to have watchers, or you're going to be able to send offers out, or you're going to have offers coming into you if you have it set up like that. This, I will always grab these hats. There's no doubt about it. This one looks brand new, and I went on the website. I found this exact hat. I know what color it is. You can't use stock photos. You should not be using stock photos. So I did not take any screenshots of any photos on the website of this and use it in my listing. But I did go to the website, the Boston Scally Company website, so that I could look at, because every hat has a different name that they've made and the specific color. And so somebody might be out there and they might have had this hat and they lost it or whatever, or got ruined somehow, and they're looking for a replacement for it. And maybe it's sold out on the website. Well, guess what? Heather Grant's got one for sale over there in Maine. You know what I mean? So I was excited about that. I think I've already got it listed for maybe 40 something. I don't know. I'll put the prices. I've been putting the prices, hopefully this whole video, on the bottom to show you what it is currently listed for in my store. That's not what it's sold for. The prices you're seeing are what I'm actually asking for these items right now. But I also have best offer set on and everything. I'm always looking for backpacks, and I'm always, always looking for the North Face. Here we go. This backpack is pristine. There's nothing wrong with it. It was sitting in a bin. I don't know why other people hadn't taken it. All the zippers are there. All the zipper pulls are on. I checked to make sure everything works before I cash out. Everything is there. It's all good. Inside, it's super clean. There's no issues on the inside. So I might even keep it. I mean, I probably won't because I have enough backpacks. But I love the gray, and this is all light pink. And I love that color combination. So this is great. And the good thing about North Face is that they always give you kind of like the name of the backpack or whatever the item is on it. It makes it easier to look it up too when you're researching it. And then the last thing that I found was absolutely incredible. Don't know why they were still there. I was at the 3rd bin back, so it already had come out, then pushed for one round, and then pushed for another round. So it was out there as the 3rd bin in the row. There was a bunch of silverware in the bottom. And there are guys there that are specifically, I watch them. I'm a people watcher, and I watch them, and I know those guys are only picking up anything that looks like silver plate or silver. So I'm thinking, there's no way there's any silver down here in all of the silverware that's sitting in the bottom of this bin. And I'll insert a picture of what it looked like when I found it. I found all 5 of these Gorham sterling handled knives at the bins. And they say, you're probably like, well, how do you know they're sterling? It literally says sterling handle right on it, right here. I don't know if it's going to come in for you, but it's if you don't know what you're looking for, it is super, super tiny. It's right there in tiny, tiny print. On a knife, usually the only part that's sterling is the handle or the band. There's this band right here. Usually that's the only part that's sterling if the whole handle isn't. Well, these are sterling for the whole handle. Not this part. This part's always stainless right here. So I found a bunch of silverware in this bin. I took it all out. I started looking at it and I realized, holy crap, these say sterling handle on them. Then I thought, okay, let me find all of them that match. I've only found 5. And one of these knives says Gorham on it. I don't know why the other ones don't, but one says Gorham. So I knew when I got home that I went online and I researched Gorham silverware patterns. And then there's websites dedicated to silverware patterns. And because I knew it was Gorham, it made it easier to nail it down. I researched that, found this exact pattern. I don't know if it's going to come into focus or not for you guys. You can see it really well. There it is. Found this exact pattern. It's called Colfax, Colfax. Went onto eBay, Colfax Gorham sterling handled silverware, and they popped up. I'm super, super excited about this. I don't understand how I got that lucky to find this. Being an auctioneer, I know you're never going to know everything about everything. There's no way, especially being in this business of dealing vintage and antiques. I do know enough to know kind of where to look on the silverware to see how it is marked. I'll take it as a win for that trip because I only spent $26 on everything. And when I'm doing a haul like this, or when I'm outsourcing and I'm buying a bundle or a pile or a cart full, my process, or the way that I do this, is one item in that buyout or purchase needs to pay for everything. So this backpack is definitely going to bring me more than $26. So to me, this right here just paid for my entire trip that day. I was already down there for the doctors, so it just paid for me going to the bins for 3 hours. These 100% paid for that trip. 100%. I mean, there's just that, this, and this hat right here, the scally cap. Those 3 items alone, any one of these items paid for that trip. This is the most money from the trip. This is the most money. And if I could go there every single time and pull this stuff out, damn right I'm gonna do it. So hopefully you guys learned a little bit. And stay tuned for my next videos. You can follow me on this journey. I will be posting about my cancer checkups. I have actually 3 appointments coming up in December for that. And my sourcing trips, what's sold. I try to post what's sold from my eBay store because I'm currently rebuilding my store. I'm also an auctioneer. I did shut down my physical location of my auction house, but I am going to be back one day and better than ever. So hopefully you guys learned something. Follow along, subscribe, like, all the things, comment, and yeah, I'll be seeing you. Bye.